He is 100% worth it.
He takes it to another level. Oh my God, I just fell in love with it.
Thanks so much, Jay.
Blew my mind. And it worked. I wanted to buy my thing.
Jay is, I would say, the Yoda of sales calls, man.
Just talking to Jay, he was so good at just taking what it is, seeing the opportunity and the value and the real reason we are making it.
Talk to Jay because he got it. He can definitely help you out.
Talk to Jay. You're going to get a lot. You're going to gain a lot.
I would absolutely recommend him for any position that you have.
Jay's definitely the guy.
Give him the chance, give him the opportunity. You won't regret it.
He's good at what he does, so I highly recommend him, and I would book him before he is fully booked out.
What is up? Welcome to the Sales Ninja Show podcast. I'm your host, Jay, and I'm your sales ninja to help you to sell more, to give more. We have a special treat for you here today where we're going to be introducing our very own live guest, Colton Havens, also known as Mr. Hype. And just a quick bio, and we'll get started and jump right in. At the young age of 22, Colton launched his own franchise business and quickly climbed to the top of the sales chart immediately. And this is nationally. He's been able to accomplish these results. And he was engaging with 300 to 500 people daily. So talk about getting in front of people, perfecting his sales techniques. And his success didn't even just benefit him. He went on to train hundreds of sales reps, sharing his sales strategies and helping them excel. Colton's journey did not stop with direct sales. He has since generated millions of views organically for both himself and his clients, mastering the art of organic reach. Now he's diving deep into the world of paid media, applying his sharp sales acumen to maximizing digital marketing efforts. So we're excited to have him here today on the Sales Ninja Show podcast to dive into his transition from a top-tier sales expert to digital marketing guru. So he's going to be sharing insights on leveraging both organic and paid media strategies to grow his online sales. So stay tuned. Let's get started. Welcome, Colton. How you doing, Mr. Hype?
Doing great, brother. I'm doing great, man.
The beauty of this Sales Ninja Show podcast is we've never actually met, and there's a lot of people that I'm, having on the podcast. So thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy schedule. A man who engages with millions, taking time out. I really appreciate that. So tell us, because obviously the Sales Ninja Show podcast, you've had some really interesting background experiences in the sales space. Now, what context, what niche, and how did you get in front of 300 to 500 people a day, daily? Like, really curious.
I was a kiosk guy. So I'm the guy in the mall, stopping people in the mall. And I didn't book a spot in the mall unless it was a minimum of 300 people a day. So, and then that would even go up to 1,000 plus a day. You do like Black Fridays or Saturdays when you're doing that. And I would do that 6 to 7 days a week. And I did that for over 6 years.
Whoa. That's a lot of conversations.
Yeah. Like over 500,000 reps.
How many?
Over 500,000 presentations. Yeah.
Put that on your bio.
What's that?
Put that on your bio.
Okay, I'll put that on bio. Yeah, those are my direct sales. My direct sales background is kind of where I came from when I moved into the online world. So I didn't want to do that forever. So that's when I started looking into online marketing, and I was trying to create both. And running that franchise across the country took a lot of time. I was putting in minimum. My short weeks was 80 hours. My big weeks, probably triple digits. That's counting travel time and all the other stuff outside of just direct sales.
So I'm curious, just from an energy and stamina and mindset. I mean, 80 hours is a short, easy week, and then triple digits. Like, what on earth? Like, what possesses a man to do 80, 90, 100 hours a week? How do you is that even sustainable? Like, what tell us more about that.
Well, I had to do it. So it wasn't like a choice. So I mean, most of it, well, I guess it was a choice. I chose to pick it, right? I was like, hey, this is what I'm going to get good at. And then the problem was I was good. So
The
then
problem is you're good.
then
That's a good problem.
Yeah, because what would happen is we would hire new sales reps and stuff, and then we send them out on a job, and each job costs around $20K up front to get started, paying for mall kiosks, hotels, travel, photographer equipment, photography. That's what I was doing, is family pictures, right? That was what I was selling. And people would go out and they'd show up for a day, and then they would quit on the spot. So I would have to drive 6 to 8 hours and save the spot, because if someone wasn't there, we got fines. So a lot of the times I was actually going and saving broken promotions that other people just either quit or couldn't make any sales. And then I'd come in and have to do that. Plus I was running the franchise as well. So I was hiring and firing photographers and other sales reps and doing that on the side of things when I wasn't doing face-to-face sales. Right. And I ate. If I didn't make a sale, I didn't eat. So everything was 100% commission at that point. Well, it still is, but that was my introduction into a real business, after college.
And you do that for 6 years?
I did it for 6 years up until COVID finally shut our doors.
So I'm just curious, like, even from a physical and mental standpoint, like, because I've done a lot of reps, but that's like another level. Like, that's like top 1% in terms of the number of reps, 500,000 sales pitches, the number of hours that you put. Like, are you like Mr. Hype? I'm curious, and it'll be a segue to the question of that name. The energy level. Like, I know when I was on certain sales teams, like they tracked our Aura Ring ready scores, our sleep scores. You're like a high performance elite athlete, and you had to show up as your best self and take 10, 12 calls a day. Like that, what you're talking about are numbers that are like astronomical. Were you like eating well? Were you sleeping well, or was it completely opposite?
No, I ate mall food. I ate mall food.
Wow.
So it wasn't really good. That wasn't good. But one of the things that I did do that religiously was self-development. Anytime I was in a car, it was personal development books, and I did push-ups and sit-ups in the hotel rooms.
Did you really?
Yep. So, and they had like gyms and stuff. But I just got on a really good routine of just doing push-ups until I couldn't lift my arms. And then I did sit-ups until I couldn't do a sit-up. And I would do that religiously in the morning with personal development. And I would wake up. You had to be at the mall at 9, and I would wake up at 6, because the 6 to 8:30, that was my time. And if I didn't do that, then my day was easy to fall into the trap of bad juju. But there was a lot of techniques that I learned from some old dogs that have been doing family pictures and stuff like that, to actually keep the morale up. And I was what they called a driver. So the driver, meaning the person that ran the booth, meaning the energy. When you showed up, sales started showing up, right? And now it's just a lot of it was mindset, but there's a lot of little different tricks in there too as well to kind of create a buying environment at a kiosk. And so I was one out of like probably 5 of us that were high elite that could do that anywhere we went. And we never were together because there was always somewhere else that needed us. So there was only a few times where 3 of us were together, where it was elite. But yeah, that's kind of how I took care of myself to make it and show up every day, and just keep going. And I mean, in my reference, there was no other choice. I didn't know any other way besides working hourly or working for somebody else. And I can't work for somebody else. I just can't. So
So speaking about reps, so you said you did push-ups and sit-ups in a hotel room, until you couldn't move your arms. What kind of reps are we talking here? How many were you doing?
I didn't count. I just did it till you can't. So I would put my feet on the bed first, and I would do like incline push-ups, and then I'd get to the point where I'd just drop down to do normal push-ups, and then I'd go do girl push-ups, and then I would do like belly push-ups where only my chest is coming off because I couldn't lift, and you have to roll over to stand up. So then I do 3 sets of those. So
Wow.
yeah, and that's just so you would actually get some growth,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting those back over too, because I'm put on some weight. I put some weight back on. So
Yeah.
time I'm having a bad day or mentally not there, I can already I'm out of shape, right? And I've even been skiing a lot this year, and I'm still out of shape, and that has a big part to do with mental focus.
Yeah. You got your winter layer on for extra protection to keep you warm. Now it's time to shut off the coats.
Yeah.
You talked about resources and personal development. What's one that comes to your mind that says like, man, this is what helped me with my mindset and or sales? An all-time favorite.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad for mindset. That was the first book anybody ever produced me to. And then The Closer Survival Guide by Grant Cardone was an actual technique book. So those two together were a real big foundation. And I use those regularly, but I have tons and tons of other personal development stuff and online marketing and all the other stuff that comes with it. Plus I spend over $40K a year right now in coaching and guidance on online marketing. So paid traffic specifically.
That's your budget for the year?
Yeah, that's what I've already spent it. Yep. For the whole year.
Wow.
I'm committed since last year to 30K last year. And then I get some more coaching this year. So I'm spending 40K a year just in education for paid traffic from some of the best in the world. So people that spend 100K a day.
Oh, wow. I love that you already have that budget in mind to invest in yourself, because that's the importance of like when you invest in yourself, you can not only grow and develop, but you can accelerate time or collapse time and accelerate results. Tell us about Mr. Hype. Who gave you that name and what does that mean?
That's cool that you asked that. I don't think many people have actually asked me that question, but I was selling pictures in the mall and one of my favorite things to do, since it's family pictures, is I like to hype up the kids. Kids get hyped real easy. This little kid had brand new shoes that he bought at the mall. So I was like, yo, dude, those are sick, bro. Do those make your feet move quick? And he goes, yeah. I was like, let me see your feet move. Starts moving his feet. I was like, oh, how fast can you run? And he just takes off running. I was like, oh, he's running. Oh, bring it back. He comes running back, and I give him a high five, and then she's like, man, you're like Mr. Hype. And then I kind of just kept it from there, because that was just one of the things that I like to do with kids is they're so easy to hype up. Hey, how fast can you go? Oh, let me see that again. How far can you jump? Dang, right? So those little techniques like that I use to just create good energy and make it fun for everybody. And one of the moms gave me that. She said, Dad, you should be Mr. Hype. And then I literally kept it from that point on. I just kept it. So
I love it. So what made you, I don't know if you have any corporate work experience, but like you have that whole mentality of like, I don't want to work for someone. I'd rather work for myself, even if it kills me with the hours. What made you kind of like, not everyone is called to entrepreneurship, and the statistic is I think 25% fail in the first year, 50% fail in the first 5, and then 10 plus, like 80% or more. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. These are just statistics. What made you want to go into entrepreneurship versus like working for someone and getting a decent, comfortable job with a decent paycheck?
Well, mainly I just hate to be told what to do.
I agree.
That's literally it. That's like the core bone of my whole life. Anybody that there was only, I grew up wrestling. Wrestling was my huge
did you really?
Yeah, wrestling was my whole life from 4 years old through college.
4 years old?
Yeah, I started at 4 years old. That's the earliest you can get in. So, and my older brother wrestled, and a lot of our friends and family wrestled. And it was a small town, Olathe, Colorado, is where I was born. And there's nothing really to do there besides sports. So in Vernal, Utah is the same. But there's only 2 people in my entire adolescent life from that time frame till I graduated high school that I listened to that were adult males. Anybody other than those two, I could care less what you said. I didn't do anything you said. And those two people was my head coach for wrestling and my assistant coach for wrestling. Those were the only two men that I listened to because they were the only two that like would kick my ass if I didn't do it. And anybody else was like, I don't care, try it. And I also had that cocky attitude of like, well, unless you can beat me up, I'm not listening to you. Okay? So, and I got me in trouble a lot. I mean, if you ask anybody that knew me growing up through high school and college is a little different because college is super elite. For being one of the best in the state in high school, I was one of the worst in the room in college because everybody was multi-state.
Wow.
Timers, 3-timers, 2-timers.
Wow.
So I was basically a body bag in college. They're just elite wrestlers, man. So, and then the bills started coming, and then that's when I had to go and start the adult life. Worked at Buffalo Wild Wings for a few months. That sucked so bad. Then a job interview. I had no idea what it was. Everyone was like, "You could probably do it. You have the personality." And I was like, "I can do anything, right?" And we get there. He shows me the pitch, 19 portraits, $20, $10 sitting fee, $30 total. Now go tell people. And the first couple I stopped, they gave me the $20 to sign up. And then I go and give that to him. Like, here's the money they gave me. And he goes, no, you keep that. That's how you get paid.
Ooh.
And I was like, what? You're going to pay me to talk to people? I can get paid to talk to people? Running down the hallway, dude, with the paper. For you. And he's like, dude, get back here. You can't chase people. You have to stay within this range of the kiosk.
He's going to put a leash on you.
Yeah. And I didn't know that. Yeah. And then, so that was my first weekend. I made $800.
Come on. Seriously.
Yeah, for real. I made $800
wow.
3 days, $20 a piece.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then the next 2 weeks or the next month, I made like $200 a week.
Whoa.
I just sucked real bad. And then I started reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then I got a little bit better. But for the first year, I was struggling. For the first year, anytime I went to like holidays or anything with my family, they're like, hey, we hear there's a job over here hiring. There's a job over here. I was like, I got a job. You know, like I'm not looking for a job. And there was just a moment one time when I was at the kiosk and I was just doing the numbers. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be freaking good at this one day. I'm just going to be good. And I just decided that. And then probably year 2 is when I became consistent. And then I could work 4 days a week and make, you know, $1,000 to $1,500 in commissions working 4 days. And then I did that for a year, saved up my money, bought into the franchise my 3rd year. And then my buying into the franchise was a lot more work because now I had more responsibility. I had to hire and fire and book calls and book the hotels and book the actual mall studio and the place we shoot it. And so there was a lot more work outside of just sales. So it became those longer hours. So that's kind of how it evolved over. And then I got sick of that, tried to do some online marketing, affiliate marketing started me there, and didn't really make much money until I started my own products. And as soon as I get on the phone, I'm making sales. So I started selling high ticket stuff, $2,500 a month, $30K a year. And I started making those. So my, just kind of following the same principles that I followed, selling pictures in the mall. Cause that's kind of
chasing people down.
Yeah. It's kind of marketing and sales together when you're in the mall. I have to get your attention. Right? Then I got to present and then close. So
I love it. So tell us, because you have such a gift with connecting with people and being Mr. Height, especially with these kids who have these regular shoes that you make them feel supernatural and super fast, which is a superpower in itself. Another superpower that you had is the ability to engage with people organically and then through paid ads, like 1 million views. Like, I'm struggling here, bro. Like, I mean, like I'll do Instagram and, you know, I might get like 23 views here. I might get 106 here. And you're like crushing out 500,000, 100,000, million. Like, what are you doing? What's the secret sauce?
So
are you dancing? What are you doing?
No, I'm not dancing. I'm not dancing. Okay. The secret sauce is reps, dude. How many did you do? You probably needed more. You're one video away from blowing up, but you're probably 100 videos away from that one video. Especially when it's talking head videos. I have other accounts that are like hobby videos. Those blow up.
Really, eh? Hobby
Yeah,
videos.
hobby videos do really well. If you want to get started with just like trying to figure out what works, start with your hobby stuff. Coffee. I have skiing, mountain biking, and those do really well. One video did like 12.5 million by itself, but that total.
What?
Yeah, it still gets reshared. It still gets reshared to this day. Once ski season starts coming around, you'll see it on a bunch of other people's accounts and stuff like that. Because on TikTok you can just download and reuse stuff. But there is a foundation. I mean, everybody hears it, hook, story, offer, right? But the hook is 90% your videos. If you have great content and you're not getting views, you need to just work on your hooks. Your hooks are really, really important. So without good hooks, you're not going to get the rest of the video. So hooks, and then work on retention, which means just how long did they watch, and to create more watch time, you have to say better things. It comes with repetition. So it took me a year of posting videos before I finally had my first talking head video do over 50K. And I'm doing 1 a day, 2 a day, sometimes 5, 6 a day, where I'm just really putting it out. And the best thing to do is just go model what's already working. Just go, that video looks good. Let me just recreate that video, and do that for your first year until you have something that blows up. Like, don't be original. That's just literally try to copy things word for word and deliver it the way that you saw it was delivered. And literally just do that so you get the practice of the repetition of doing the presentation right? Even though it's just delivering content. So that's kind of the key. Hooks. And then once you get good at that, paid ads is easy. Because it's just math after that, because your video is 90% whether or not you're going to generate leads or not. And people will start with paid traffic and suck on camera and be like, oh, Facebook took my money. TikTok doesn't work. And if the video is just terrible. So it's like, well, you're not going to do that. So it's not going to work. So, it's not a direct answer. It's really put in the reps, follow what works, and do it until it works. So that's kind of it.
So when you say you have hobby videos, are you saying on your own account, or do you start separate accounts?
Yeah, I have separate accounts. So I have one that's called Hype Adventures, which is just me doing all my free stuff, like mountain biking, golfing, skiing. When I go on traveling trips, I put that kind of stuff there. And then I have my Colton Havens 06 account, which is directly related to, here's how you create views. Here's more teaching. And and I'm putting paid ads there, and that's driving people into my webinar. But then I use my hobby accounts. I have a Call of Duty account as well for video games that has generated lots of views as well. So I use those as like point of concept, and I can do a lot of testing with those as well, just putting stuff out, and then I can come back and share what's working on other content, stuff like that.
Oh, so maybe for your context, I think I understand. So you do these hobby accounts, and you're testing the videos for virality or engagement, mountain biking, golf, Call of Duty. You test it, you see what works, and you bring it into your Colton Havens 06 account and say, hey, this is what we tried. This one flopped. This one crushed it, 12.5 million. But for someone like me, I'm a sales ninja. Are you saying or suggesting that I start hobby video accounts?
No, you're in a great niche. Like, sales works for everything. What I would do is I wouldn't be talking about sales for money. I would be talking sales about relationships. How do I sell my girlfriend to go pick a place to eat? Here's 3 techniques. How do I sell my mom and dad on buying me a car? Here's 3 techniques. Okay.
I love it.
I would go outside of the business niche. Going viral in the business niche is really hard. It's the hardest niche to go viral in. So what I would do is I'd move over and think wider. What can the everyday person use? Okay. And in their everyday life. So relationships is good and money is good. But no one wants to be a salesperson. So you have to just kind of explain it in a way that it's like you're already a salesperson, because that's the key. Like, everybody's in sales, just few people decide to be good at it.
There's a good quote.
Yeah, it's probably one of my personal development books. It's not mine, but So like a good one would be that I keep seeing is like, here's a sales tactic you can use to make sure your girlfriend always picks a restaurant. And it could be like, babe, guess where we're going to eat? She's like, oh, Wendy's. You're like, exactly. No. Right. That would be a technique. That's a video done. Right. That would be the full video, maybe 10, 15 seconds long. Share this. Make sure you guys always have a place to eat. And that would be a solid video. And then think of other ways you could use that. Obviously, one's trying to get your wife into bed would work really well.
That's great. That would go viral for sure.
Yeah, selling your husband on how to do the dishes or selling your wife on how to take out the trash. Like those are all video ideas that are all sales ninja, back. So some of my best videos for my talking head are me doing sales techniques on closing. What if they say they don't have the money or blah, blah, blah. So I just going over basic objections that someone could use. So you could even say, hey, if you got a price ticket that's $30K and they're saying they don't have the money, here's how I overcome that objective. I say this. And then so on and so forth, and get kind of specific with the price, with the thing, and then kind of get specific with that. But also the first suggestions that I said where it can like, hey, this can help everybody buying a car. Really the spouse and relationships one is going to be really good. That's going to work well. So stuff like that. I have a pure talking head videos where I'm just teaching tactics and stuff. And that's what I would do for sales.
How long do you recommend the videos to be, and which platform or platforms?
The videos need to be long enough to make your point, short enough to keep attention. So there's not an exact number. It's really, did you make your point in the video? And if you make your point in a video, what I like to do when I first started, make your point, rewatch it, and then ask yourself, can I say that same thing in less time? And try it again. Right? And try to just keep it shorter. Okay. So that way you can deliver more in less time. But TikTok is the best. If you can win on TikTok, you'll win everywhere else. Because the attention span is shorter over there. And so you have to be a little bit catchier. The hook's got to be better. And if it works there, like my TikTok ads are giving me 12-cent leads on Facebook.
What?
Yeah. So I just moved my TikTok ads over. So they're crushing on TikTok and I move them over and they're doing even better on Facebook. But you can't do it the other way around. If you're winning on Facebook and you try to move it to TikTok, it won't work. It's going to be too slow. So TikTok is just the OG. Like there's a lot of people that are against it. But if you can win on TikTok, you're going to win everywhere else, dude. Like
was there someone saying that they're going to close down TikTok in the States? Is that a
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors still flying around right now, but there's also rumors of someone from the US going to buy it and stuff like that. So I'm not going to worry about it until it actually goes. I have all my content saved and I post everywhere anyways. Because if TikTok goes down, my Instagram and my YouTube are going to get a big lift in attention because the attention's got to go somewhere in the States. Yeah. So it's not like I'm going to be losing out. I post from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube all at the same time with the same video. So if I post to TikTok, I just have a routine, post it, download it, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I just post that same video across all of them.
Native posts or scheduling software?
No, manually. You'll get dinged in performance every time if you have a scheduler. Guaranteed. Okay. So it's just a manual thing. But the thing is, if you post one manually, it takes less than a minute and a half to maybe 2 minutes, let's say 5 minutes to post across all the rest of the platforms. So, and you only got to do that twice a day. So it takes you 10 minutes a day to post. The longest thing to do with videos is editing. So when I'm teaching people how to do stuff that are basic, I call TikTok ugly. I do no editing. Everything is done inside the app, no fancy captions, no extreme edits, everything inside the phone 100%. Pull out your phone, talk, hit, boom, done.
Really?
All counts 20 minutes. Yeah.
But do you edit in TikTok natively, like with like some of the little features, like the captions or whatever?
Yeah, I add like hooks, like text hooks.
Oh, okay.
And then you can add TikTok captions there. I also have a version of it where it's more fancy because when I was doing my TikTok organic agency, they wanted the fancy edits. So I just started the fancy edits because of that. But You will not see an improve in sales with edits. If your video sucks, it sucks. But if you have a good video, if you have a good video and then you add edits to it, that's when you're in the game, right? But you don't get the views because you edit. You get views because the video is good. Then you can add edits. And most people, I'll tell them don't edit at all, especially if you're starting or you're a one-man show. I don't tell people to edit at all. I'm just pull your phone out, do a selfie, send it, and do that consistently, which is more important than how good it was, what you said, and all that stuff. Because most people don't have the habit of creation. Most people are stuck in the world of what do I say? How do I say it? What if I don't look bad? What if people actually see this? What if someone I know at home talks to me about my videos, which is the entire point anyways. That's why you're doing it. And everybody's scared of it actually working. That's what people are scared of. Not that it doesn't work.
In terms of frequency and time, is there like a number that you have? Let's say, if you post X amount of times a day or a week and certain times of the day.
Certain times of the day, it doesn't matter because of the way the algorithm works. It doesn't matter what time of day you post. The frequency is 2 a day is a good number. I've done like 6 to 10 a day and haven't seen any increase in views.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, I haven't seen an increase of like views or anything. So 2 a day seems to be that magic number. But really the answer is what can you do consistently? It's kind of like working out. It's like if I said go to the gym every day for 2 hours and you'll be ripped in 90 days, it's not going to happen. You're not going to show up that many times. So what can you do consistently? Can you do 10 push-ups a day for 90 days? Yes. That's all I'm looking for is that yes. And then commit to it. 1 a day, 2 a day. Can you do it consistently for 90 days? Yes. Okay. Then that's the number we're going to shoot for. So, but 2 a day seems to be the best. Like just keep it at 2 a day. You can post 1 in the morning, 1 at night, just to keep on people's mind. And sometimes I just post both the same time, back to back. I'll just post them.
And do you like plan ahead with your content strategy, or you do like a batch recording, or do you just do impromptu as you feel?
No, I do both. So I do impromptu, just as I feel in the moment. I'll do stuff, and those ones normally work really well. And then I also have planned what I call part series. So a part series is the strategy that I always use. For you, a great part series would be like, here's how you close a $50,000 sale, part 1. Here's the first thing you do, and make it like maybe 30 seconds. Literally one thing, like what's the biggest mistake someone does on a 50K phone call? Jay, what's the first mistake they make? Most people.
Well, lack of clarity.
Okay,
and
so
confidence.
That's going to be the first video. So part 1 would be lack of clarity. You're not sure of outcome. End the video. Follow me for part 2. I'm going to show you how to close this. Then the second thing, what's the second thing that they're not clear on? Like, what's the second thing most people's mistake?
Confidence.
Okay, so lacking confidence. So here's how you close a $50K offer. Part 2, confidence. But here's how you're going to build your confidence. Give me a step-by-step tactical thing I can do to build my confidence. And confidence comes from wins. So you need some little wins, right? So what can we do to create those mini wins that gives them confidence on a sales call? A lot of other people building confidence is getting a sale. That's going to build their confidence. Every time they get on a call and they don't close, they lose confidence. And then that's when they start dropping their price. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
Hey, go the other way. You only need 1 if you go the other way. So confidence builders will be like, okay, do 10 push-ups every morning for the next 2 weeks, and your confidence is going to build. Nothing to do with sales, but it has everything to do with confidence. So you show up confident, and also your words build confidence. So a lot of the times when I'm like, one of the biggest things that I taught people in my sales is there's this point where I need you to put your name and number down to start signing up for pictures. And most people's mistake was, if you're interested, put your name here. The word if creates doubt in the listener. So you just say, go ahead, put your name down. Pure confidence. That statement, if you just said it that way, would create signups. Then leave the word ifs out, leave the word buts out, and rotate those out for other words. So those are little techniques that you can use. Even if you're tired, you can still make money for the day because you followed the verbiage, right? So that would be your first 2 parts, and then you just kind of go down that ladder of things, and it's always what are they already doing that's wrong, and then you make a video for each one, and that's a part series on how to sell. And then what I would do is I would just play with the number, and I would do it again. Instead of 50K, I would do 10K. Instead of 10K, I would do 100K. Instead of 100K, I would do 1,000. And I would just change the number, and you'll see a different increase in views on each video, even though you're going to be teaching the same thing.
Wow.
And that
Very,
would be
very cool.
Yeah.
So what did was it Roman Greco wrestling? I'm going back a little bit here. Was that the wrestling that you learned, or?
I did. My high school coach was a gold medal in Roman wrestling, but I was just high school collegiate wrestling, so just your basic collegiate. I did some freestyle and some Roman, but not a ton. And then I started some jiu-jitsu after COVID because I want to get back on the mat. So I got my blue belt in jiu-jitsu right now.
Me too. That must have helped you a lot on the mats.
Yeah. I had to calm down. That was what they said though. Calm down. I was too like,
hyper. Mr. Hype was too hyper.
Yeah. So now I'm much more relaxed. So I can flow with pretty much anyone now too. I rolled with a lot of black belts. It was fun. I bought a wrestling mat for my old roommate, and we used to roll around and teach each other in there doing rear nakeds and arm triangles.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So jiu-jitsu is, I think everybody should do jiu-jitsu. Old, young,
amen, brother. Amen.
Everybody should do it. It's
if you can learn that, it is the competitive advantage for any size.
Yeah, and it's fun.
And gender.
If you have somebody that like is flowy, it doesn't matter if you're 70. You guys can both do jiu-jitsu, like legit jiu-jitsu at just a different speed.
Yeah.
Right. So I really enjoy it a lot. I don't like the gym that's near me. I went to it for about 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't like the gym. It's not brotherly. It's not like,
oh really?
Hey, I didn't see you last week. Where were you? It's kind of like,
yeah.
It's kind of like, all right, line up. You're like,
oh, okay.
You know,
it's
it
not
wasn't
really. Yeah.
Brother, like my other one was. So
you got to find another place. Or just open your house and just have an open mat, open roll.
Sign the waiver, open mat.
Yeah.
We'll just do arm bars, triangles, and rear naked chokes, and that's it. Side control and mounts.
Ezekiel chokes?
Ezekiel chokes, yeah. We'll probably do no gi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nobody wants to wear the gi for some reason.
So what have you learned from, like, you've had such an extensive experience of, sales in the mall, selling, hundreds of thousands of interactions, and, even with your wrestling matches, and not listening to anyone, because unless they can beat you up, they didn't have a say in your life. How has all this prepared you for where you are today in your business, and where do you see yourself going in the next, year or two?
Well, it's taught me a few things. Don't listen to somebody that doesn't have what you want. So that's the first thing. So unless they're actually doing the thing that I want, you can talk, but I'm not listening. It's not going in, right? It's going in. Right? So that's one of the first things I learned. But the second and most important is relentless to a goal that you want. So what I'm doing now, I've had in my mind for, probably 8 years now of being a full-time online marketer. And that happened after COVID, but it started maybe year 4 of my photography. It was like, that's the life I want, where I could work 2 hours a day and make more money than most people and still be able to go do stuff. So relentless of a goal, regardless of how many times you get beat up and put down. So the mental strength that wrestling gave me, that sales gave me, was just showing up every day, regardless that you got your ass kicked yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You got no sales yesterday. Everybody said no. It doesn't matter. Today I'm showing up again, and it's a new day. So those two things, and then relentless on the goal. So I tried affiliate marketing. I tried network marketing. I tried, you name it, and I tried it. If it came to making money online or from my phone and laptop, I did it. Because I was just adapt, and then reattack. Adapt, reattack. I didn't get it. Adapt, reattack. Get the feedback. Adapt, reattack. So that's kind of my mindset with this. And now I'm sitting in a place where I have offers created for myself from experience that I've done. I now have paid traffic where I get hundreds of leads a day. I'm reaching hundreds of thousands of people a week, sometimes daily. And that all just came with getting pushed over, adapt, and reattack. So the goal was the most important thing. Like, what was my goal? Why am I doing it? And then I'm doing it for my freedom, because no one else is going to give me my freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do that. And you got to do that with sweat equity and relentlessness. I mean, that's it. And then after you get past that part, now you can delegate and scale. And then everybody thinks you're overnight success.
True.
That's how it works. So I'm just putting in the time, man. I'm putting in the time. I'm making sure I'm getting my ass kicked every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in a room with people that are doing hundreds of thousands more dollars than me a week. I'm putting myself in positions where I'm talking to my friends that I go skiing with and mountain biking with, who do everyday jobs. And in their eyes, I'm doing something crazy, amazing. And then I go to another networking gig where I'm like, yeah, dude, I generated daily sales. I made like $500 today. And they're like, dude, that was cute. I made $500 talking to you. Like, in the time that we talked, I already doubled that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll show you how. That's the other thing, though. They're not like, it's not like, yeah, cute little guy. It's like, all right, that's good. Let's show you how to do double that.
Mm-hmm.
So you always feel stretched. So same in jiu-jitsu, wrestling, you need somebody that you can teach, somebody that's on your level, and then someone that's better than you. And that's how you progress faster in any sport or business. So I make sure I'm in those rooms and stuff.
Amazing. Well, thank you for your time today. There's so much wealth that you have in terms of, the art of that human connection from the very get-go. That Mr. Hype, name that was so well attached to your branding. It makes a lot more sense now. Chasing those people down in the mall and, really encouraging and inspiring those young children. I mean, to be captivated and to feel like they're the superhero. And I think you have a superpower where you have cracked the code on how you can unlock the superhero in each and every person to really use their God-given gifts to be able to communicate them in ways that most of us don't know how to. So I want to thank you so much, Colton, for just, getting us into your brain and unlocking some of these secrets. I think there's a lot more under the hood that we definitely need to probably touch on a later show if you're interested.
Yeah, I'd love to tell you how I made sales without talking.
Wow. Okay, that'll be a next episode. If that's you guys, comment sales in the Facebook, and if there's enough interest, we'll do a part 2. There's the practicing what you preach. And if you guys are looking at coming onto the Sales Ninja Show podcast, I was not really active for the year and a half, and put a post, and over 250 of you said that you wanted to be on the show. So I think we're booked up for 4 years if we do it once a week. So I think I have to do it now a couple times a week, because 4 years is too long. So that's a good problem to have. You never know till you test. So just like you said, I mean, I don't know if people want to hear what we have to say, but clearly when they have Mr. Hype in the room, definitely people will take note. And, you said earlier, no improvement in sales if you edit the videos. If your videos suck, they suck. So I love the just directness. You're a results-oriented guy. Any last words for our audience who are listening here, who are struggling to go on video, who are struggling to get engagement, who are struggling to grow their audience?
Yeah, you're always bad until you're not. And the only way to get good is to be bad. So get started so you can be good.
There you go. So show up every day, even though you get your butt kicked in the gym or on the mats or, in front of the video camera or in front of your business, because every day, we're one day away from success. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Colton, Mr. Hype, thank you so much for being here. That whole idea of that picture, selling that photography stuff, picture paints 1,000 words, and it can also make millions in sales. So thank you again for tuning into the Sales Ninja Show podcast. Remember, we want you to sell more so that you can give more. Take care, everyone. Do you know if people can hear us backstage on the live recording in StreamYard?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't think so.
cool. I don't think so either. But it's been a while since I've been on StreamYard. And they're gonna go ahead.
Yeah, I just said me too.
Do you stream or do you podcast?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Okay.
I
Now-
have done a couple of things, but I haven't committed to it. No.
Now, I'm actually really curious. Sorry, the music's going in the background, but can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're coming in clear, bro.
So what is your offer, and like how do you help people? Because I'm interested in not just myself, but other people who may be interested in that I can refer to you.
Yeah. Right now, I'm leading with paid ads, so they need to have a funnel already or a webinar or something they want to scale. If they don't have that, I have a partner that can help build it. But I'm just doing paid ads. I'm doing $5K a month. They cover ad cost, so instead of a percentage or anything, it's just a flat fee. And then they start with an ad budget of $60 a day, and then we move that up accordingly. 3 to 5 video ads a week. I help create those. We'll shoot them together. I'll help guide them in what to say, what not to say, and then also I'll make my own edits. So, because I got to rotate out quite a few video edits, and then I'll add Facebook to that later, probably month 3 to 2.5. We can add Facebook to it, and then we'll just add an additional like $2K for me to manage both Facebook and TikTok. So it'll be a $7K a month, running that once they get everything done.
7K runs the TikTok and Facebook. Is that what you said?
Yeah, because I'm always going to start with Facebook first, and we always commit to 3 months. So,
Okay, 3 months minimum.
so if someone pays me up front the 3 months, I give them a discount. But
Oh,
if they
cool.
pay monthly, it's $5K a month, right? But I'll give you a discount if you just pay me up front for the 3 months, because we can't get anything done.
So the 15K.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Yeah.
I'll go way down. I'll give it to you 7,500, right? If you just commit to the first 3 months.
What do you mean 7,500? How does that work?
If you pay a one-time 7,500, that pays
Yeah.
me for 3 months for TikTok. ads.
Oh, so you would give them the 3 months for basically half the price.
Correct. If they just paid it up
Sweet,
front.
dude.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
because it's better that way, and then I know we're in the game together, and like we're in the game. You know, we're together. We're gonna make this.
Yeah, they're committed, and then $60 per day is a $1,800 ad spend a month on 30 days.
Yeah. So yeah, your first 30 days for sure. But as we start getting sales and leads, which will normally happen within the next 14 days, we'll turn it up if it's working, and we'll start spending more because you're seeing leads and sales. So
And you're saying you're getting hundreds of leads a day?
yeah, I'm
For
generating
what niche?
on TikTok, business, how to generate views for your business, how to create videos for your business to drive leads and sales. So that's my niche. Video marketing is my niche. I'm teaching people video marketing.
So who handles all your calls?
I do.
Hundreds?
No, I don't have hundreds of phone calls. I'm sending them to an automatic $9.97 webinar.
$9.97?
Yeah, $997, so $1,000 to join my 3-month coaching program. So
What?
that's my mid ticket. Then I have my high ticket, which is what we're talking about, which is the $5K a month paid ads, or you have coaching, which is $5K for 3 months, and it's coaching where I show you how to run it and I tell you what to change, and we just jump on a Zoom call once a week, and they pay me $1,600 a month is all, right? For $5K for 3 months for coaching, or it's $5K a month done for you.
Or $1,600 a month for 3 months?
Yeah, but again, it's a paid up front $5K 3 months for coaching. I don't.
And you're saying, gotcha. And you're saying the hundreds of leads, they're not going to a free funnel or a VSL. They're going to a paid
they're buying
webinar.
Buying they have to pay me $4 to watch my webinar. So they pay
$4?
Yeah, they pay me $4 to watch my webinar. I have a low ticket funnel, so you'll do an order bump for $27. Then there's a $97 OTO, and then there's a downsell and an upsell that's $67 after that. So I'll make $197 before you even watch my webinar, for someone that buys everything.
And then what's $997?
The $997 is 3 months of coaching live with me and my focus on sales and marketing.
So that's different from your 5K offer then, your $997?
Yeah, because of people that see my 5K offer, either only book a call with me, or I've talked to them in person. So
Wow.
I have a higher quality. I'm not pushing that. That comes from, and then what happens is the people that are in my coaching program, the 997, they want more one-on-one time with me. And so I'll let them do that. And then they can buy a package of like 1,500 from me